My name is Sonia Lowen and I am the Chairman of Debating SA. Welcome to today's Grand Final. We are honoured to be here today and it seems fitting that we are here in this august chamber for the Grand Finals. Helen Keller said, "Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, ambition inspired, and success achieved." And certainly for debaters, it does feel exactly like that. So the young people about to debate have shown that such character in order to come to this point. Thank you to all the parents and the coaches who support the endeavours of these young people. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2024 Year 8 Division Debating SA Grand Final. My name is Kyla Barry and I am the chairperson for this debate. The timekeeper is Talia Lidimore. The topic for the debate is that the cost of electric vehicles outweighs the benefits. The affirmative team seated to my right is from Mitcham Girls High School, consisting of Manhar Khan, Emily Baird, and Zara Bottle. The negative team seated to my left is from Concordia College, consisting of Amelia Murfitt, Ilsa Waitall, and Lila Harris. This grand final debate will be judged by a panel of 5 adjudicators, who are Mr. Honey, Miss Ella Goulding, Mr. James, Miss Chelsea, and Miss Charlotte. The speaking time for this debate is 4 minutes. A single warning bell will sound at 3 minutes, and a double bell will sound at 4. A continuous bell might be rung at 30 seconds after the speaking time, in which case the speaker must sit down immediately. Please switch off your phones and any other electronic devices. I declare this debate open. I call upon the first affirmative speaker, Manhar Khan.
Good morning, Madam Chairperson, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for this debate is that the costs of an electric vehicle outweigh the benefits. We, the affirmative team, define an electric vehicle as any automobile that runs on electricity solely, according to the Cambridge Dictionary. A vehicle is defined as automobiles usually used for transporting people, in reference to the Oxford Dictionary. We define cost as at the expense of something, reference to the Cambridge Dictionary. We define benefits as an advantage gained from something sourced by the Oxford Dictionary. Summarized, the expenses associated with an automobile that runs on electricity are more than the advantages gained from it. We, the affirmative team, firmly believe this statement is undeniably true. Today, as first speaker, I will be discussing the environmental costs of electric vehicles associated with their manufacturing and batteries. Our second speaker will discuss the human costs, highlighting the health and ethical costs. Our third speaker will summarize and rebut our team case. My first point focuses on the environmental costs caused by the production of electric vehicles, which outweigh their few benefits. The production of electric vehicles, particularly batteries, involves a high carbon footprint, as Harvard's research in 2022, Electric Cars in the Environment, clearly proves. As detailed, electric vehicles release 40 to 50% more emissions during their production, as compared to the emissions released when producing traditional vehicles. In 2022, MIT released an article, The Limits of Vehicle-to-Grid Technology, which proves vehicle-to-grid technology fails to address detrimental environmental costs and even creates additional emissions. Clearly, the costs of electric vehicles outweigh the benefits, as so many greenhouse gases are released in their production. My second point highlights the environmental costs of electric vehicle degradation, which outweigh their benefits. According to Drive magazine, EV batteries cannot be properly disposed of, and recycling facilities are not widely available. Few Australian companies are making efforts, but most fail to acknowledge the cost. If a vehicle's battery is out of warranty, manufacturers charge the owner for recycling, resulting in significant costs. Dixon Lau, CEO of Melbourne-based IAM Group, states that recycling EV batteries is costly, and many processes are one-off. Batteries that cannot be recycled, as Stanford states, end up in landfills, breaking down and releasing harmful chemicals into the environment. These chemicals contaminate soil and water, harming wildlife and ecosystems. A Harvard study, EVs and their impact on the environment, emphasizes this risk. How can the environmental cost of electric vehicles not outweigh the benefits? Furthermore, a research from the University of Technology, Sydney, predicts that 30,000 tonnes of EV batteries will reach their end of life in Australia by 2030, as the ABC network has stated in 2023. The lack of proper, efficient recycling for this volume of batteries creates a triple threat: fire risks in landfill, environmental harm, and health hazards from toxic chemicals leaching into soil and water. This impacts both wildlife and human health. MIT experts warn that these dangers outweigh the perceived benefits of electric vehicles. How can this be considered sustainable or even beneficial? So, to conclude, Madam Chairperson, ladies and gentlemen, it is a common misconception that electric vehicles are saving the environment, when the extreme emissions and chemical waste released during their manufacturing and degradation outweigh the benefits. These environmental costs of an electric vehicle undeniably outweigh the benefits. Thank you.
I call upon the first negative speaker, Amelia Murfitt.
Good morning, Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for this debate is that the cost of an electric vehicle outweighs the benefits. We, the negative team, agree with the definition provided by the affirmative team. However, we, the negative team, unquestionably believe that this statement is false. Today, as first speaker, I will be talking to you about 2 points: the positive environmental impacts of electric vehicles and how electric vehicles will promote energy independence. Our second speaker, Ilsa, will discuss how electric vehicles benefit the individuals through 2 crucial points: the cost efficiency of electric vehicles and both their current and potential for high performance features. Our third speaker, Lila, will rebut and sum up our team's case. I will now rebut the flaws in my opposition's case. The first speaker has tried to tell you that producing batteries has a large environmental impact. While there are concerns, the World Economic Forum highlights ongoing improvements in battery recycling and ethical sourcing of materials, which are mitigating these effects. Moreover, the overall carbon footprint of electric vehicles, even when accounting for battery production, is significantly lower than the petrol vehicles, proving that the environmental benefits of electric vehicles outweigh the impact of battery production. The first speaker has also tried to tell you that EV batteries is prohibitively expensive. However, most electric vehicles come with warranties that cover battery replacements for up to 8 years or 100,000 miles. Tesla's data shows that their batteries can last well over 300,000 miles, which means the need for replacement is rare. Additionally, Bloomberg reports that advancements in battery technology are continuously driving costs down, making future replacements more affordable. Therefore, the claim of high battery replacement costs is exaggerated and does not outweigh the long-term savings of electric vehicle ownership. Now to my first point, that electric vehicles are better for our environment than petrol vehicles. As stated by Egan Energy, the absence of an exhaust pipe is one reason electric vehicles are environmentally friendly. They do not emit CO2 or other harmful substances that pollute the air and affect environmental health. In fact, according to the United Nations Climate Actions, petrol vehicles are the largest contributor to global climate change, accounting for over 75% of global greenhouse gas emissions. With all of these harmful environmental impacts of petrol vehicles, it is abundantly clear that electric vehicles mitigate so much potential harm from our environment and are a step into a more sustainable future. Thus, it is evident that the costs of electric vehicles cannot possibly outweigh the benefits of these sustainable, environmentally friendly vehicles. Turning to my second point, I want to emphasise the critical role electric vehicles play in achieving a more renewable environment. Electric vehicles reduce reliance on foreign oils, which is often subject to price fluctuations and geopolitical risks. According to a 2023 report from National Geographic, energy independence is not just an economic benefit, but a strategy necessity for national security. By adopting electric vehicles, countries can mitigate the economic shock of oil price instability, thereby establishing their energy economy. Additionally, electric vehicles accelerate the integration of renewable energy sources. As Harvard Business Review notes, the adoption of electric vehicles encourages broader investment in renewable energy infrastructure, which benefits both individuals and the society. Moreover, a study by the University of California highlights that every electric vehicle on the road is equivalent to removing approximately 4.6 petrol vehicles in terms of petrol consumption. So, Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, the environmental benefits of electric vehicles are undeniably clear. They reduce harmful emissions, promote energy independence, and provide long-term savings. The benefits far outweigh the costs. Thank you.
I call upon the second affirmative speaker, Emily Baird.
Good morning, Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for this morning's debate is that the cost of an electric vehicle outweighs the benefits. We, the Affirmative team, absolutely believe that this statement is true. Before I continue, I would like to take the opportunity to rebut the first speaker of the negative team, as they have tried to claim that electric vehicles reduce emissions. While electric vehicles produce zero tailpipe emissions, the production of lithium-ion batteries can result in significant environmental damage. According to a study by the Swedish Environmental Research Institute, the production of electric vehicle batteries can emit up to 100 to 200 kilograms of CO2 per kilowatt hour of battery capacity. This means that a 100 kilowatt battery could result in 15 to 20 tonnes of CO2 emissions before the car is even driven. This proves that there is still a cost to the environment, as our first speaker discussed. To reiterate our first affirmative speaker, they explained that electric vehicles carry significant environmental costs, outweighing the benefits. Today, as second affirmative speaker, I'll address two key human costs regarding electric vehicles: the safety costs associated with electric vehicles and the ethical costs regarding child labour in the production of electric vehicle batteries. Together, these points will demonstrate that the human costs of electric vehicles clearly outweigh the benefits. For my first point, I'll discuss the safety costs regarding electric vehicles. To begin, electric vehicle batteries have lithium-ion cells, which pose serious safety risks. According to the ACT Emergency Services Agency, these batteries are associated with hazards such as sudden fires and explosions. A recent incident in September 2023 at the Sydney airport illustrates this danger. 5 vehicles were destroyed when a lithium-ion battery detached from an electric vehicle and exploded. Dr. Priestley, an environmental specialist from the University of Adelaide, emphasised the risk, stating, "When electric vehicles catch fire, they create an unsafe area due to the toxic chemicals and emissions released from electric vehicles." Moreover, according to the Swinburne University, in the first month of 2023, 44 electric vehicle batteries caught fire, 15 injuries occurred, and 4 fatalities were recorded. Based on this statistic, that averages to 528 annual spontaneous battery fires in electric vehicles, 180 annual injuries caused by electric vehicles, and 48 yearly deaths solely because of electric vehicles. The factors behind this include battery-related fires and explosions, electrical system failures, charging-related incidents, and emergency response challenges. This tragic statistic underscores the reality that human life is far more valuable than the benefits flaunted by electric vehicle advocates. Furthermore, according to the Clemson University, a typical electric vehicle fire burns at roughly 2,700 degrees Celsius. That's approximately half of the sun's temperature and double the heat it takes to cremate a body. Firefighter Emma Sutcliffe said, "The technology has moved ahead so quickly that there's no fire agency in the world that's developed to manage electrical vehicle fires yet. As technology continues to outpace our ability to manage these risks, the potential cost of human life becomes increasingly apparent." My second point addresses how unethical child labour is used in electric vehicle battery production. To begin, the extraction of cobalt, a crucial component in electric vehicle batteries, often involves unethical child labour. According to the Amnesty International organisation, children are forced to dig for cobalt in hazardous conditions. As the demand for lithium-ion battery increases with more people being convinced to purchase electric vehicles, so does the risk for further exploitation. The Wilson Centre estimates that around 40,000 children, some as young as 6 years old, work in cobalt mines without proper protective equipment. And according to the World Health Organization, this lack of safety also exposes them to severe health risks, including potentially fatal lung diseases and damages to vital organs. Moreover, regulatory gaps allow many electric vehicle manufacturers to evade accountability for their supply chains. While regulations require reporting on conflict materials, cobalt suppliers are often overlooked. This raises an important moral question. Is it worth potentially sacrificing the lives of innocent children for the sake of producing electric vehicles? The answer is a resounding no. So, Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, the costs of electric vehicles extend far beyond their price tags. The exploitation of innocent children and the risk to human safety reveal a grim reality. The human costs of electric vehicles unquestionably outweigh their benefits. Thank you.
I now call upon the second negative speaker, Issa Whittle.
Good morning, Madam Chairperson, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for our debate is that the costs of electric vehicles outweigh the benefits, in which we, the negative team, firmly believe that this statement is false. Before I proceed, I would like to rebut some obvious weaknesses in the opposition's arguments. Their second speaker has tried to tell you that EVs pose safety risks, especially in regards to human safety. However, studies from the National Highway Traffic Safety Admissions show that EVs have a lower risk of rollovers due to their lower centre of gravity, and electric vehicles are just as safe, if not safer, than their petrol counterparts. Furthermore, with advanced technologies such as automatic emergency braking and lane keeping assist, EVs are leading the way in vehicle safety, thus proving that electric vehicles clearly have more benefits than their initial costs. Our first speaker has already demonstrated the benefits to society and the environmental advantages of electric vehicles. She has detailed how EVs reduce greenhouse gas emissions and contribute to energy independence. Our team's overarching theme is clear. The long-term benefits of electric vehicles significantly outweigh their initial costs. Turning to my first point, electric vehicles offer personal advantages that justify the upfront cost, primarily through reduced maintenance. Unlike traditional petrol cars that require regular servicing, such as oil changes, spark plugs, and fuel filters, electric vehicles with far fewer moving parts incur significantly lower maintenance costs. According to Stanford University, EV owners can save between $1,000 and $2,000 annually on maintenance alone. Over a decade, this sums to an impressive $20,000 in savings. When comparing costs, petrol cars, like one of Australia's most popular cars, the Toyota Corolla, priced at around $40,000, is much more expensive than electric alternatives such as the BYD Dolphin, which starts at just $36,000. When taking the $20,000 in long-term savings, electric vehicles are a wise investment for consumers. In addition to these upfront costs, Tesla's electric vehicles come with an 8-year battery guarantee, and data from Tesla also shows that Tesla's batteries can last for 480,000 kilometres. This ultimately proves that the benefits of electric vehicles far outweigh their costs, making them a more practical and cost-effective option. Now to my second point, electric vehicles deliver performance features that far exceed those of petrol cars. For instance, the Tesla Model S accelerates from 0 to 60 miles per hour in an astonishing 2.4 seconds, outpacing many high-performance sports cars, as listed by British auto magazine Evo. This unparalleled acceleration, coupled with the instant torque of electric motors, creates a smoother and more responsive driving experience. Furthermore, EVs are equipped with cutting-edge technology that petrol cars cannot simply match. Tesla's autopilot system, for example, offers self-parking and automatic lane changes, continuously enhanced by the over-the-air updates without requiring regular dealership visits. Clearly, the benefits of electric vehicles in both performance and cost savings far outweigh the initial investment. So, Madam Chairperson, ladies and gentlemen, in summary, both our first speaker and I have highlighted that the long-term benefits of electric vehicles far outweigh their initial costs. Electric vehicles deliver significant personal savings and superior performance, and that is why we believe that the benefits of electric vehicles far exceed their costs. And as Carlos Ghosn once said, we can either be reactive to change or we can drive change. Electric vehicles are how we drive towards a more sustainable and advanced future. Thank you.
I now call upon the third affirmative speaker, Zara Batul.
Good morning, Madam Chairperson, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for this debate is that the costs of an electric vehicle outweigh the benefits. We, the affirmative team, firmly believe that this statement is unquestionably true. To begin, I will rebut the opposing team's points. The first nature speaker has tried to claim that electric vehicles reduce emissions. However, as our first speaker has already said, this is incorrect. As Harvard has proven in 2023, electric vehicle production is worse for the environment due to the immense emissions released. According to MIT, every year, up to 5 million batteries are disposed. This creates a rapid increase in greenhouse gases, as Stanford has quoted in the 2022 study titled Electric Vehicles and Their Costs. According to Cambridge researchers, this releases 25% more emissions as compared to traditional vehicles, as our first speaker has already informed you. This is the reality of electric cars. How is this more sustainable? The first negative speaker has also suggested that electric vehicles create energy independence. However, a 2022 case study by MIT has rebutted this. As studies prove, while electric vehicles do reduce oil imports, it does not necessarily mean they reduce fossil fuel dependency. Furthermore, as UCLA quotes, reduction in oil imports does not translate to less usage either, as our first speaker has already proved. Just because oil is not used to operate these vehicles, it does not outweigh the immense quantities of oil used within EVs in battery production. Finally, Harvard has proven in 2023 that 75% of energy used in EVs is non-renewable. How is this independence? The second negative speaker has tried to claim that electric vehicles are economically beneficial. However, the Australian government has contradicted this in 2023's article, which states that the government spent a staggering $8.99 billion of taxpayers' money for electric vehicle infrastructure alone. Where is this infrastructure? This is a supplementary cost to the consumer, especially when this money could be used for something more important like education funds. An economy does not outweigh the environmental costs our first speaker discussed. As for consumer benefits, over 4 years, Harvard estimates that traditional vehicles use $31,000, while EVs use $81,000. How is this economically beneficial? The second negative speaker has also tried to tell you that EVs have better performance. However, MIT proves that this is unethical. As our second speaker and MIT have already proven, this is at the cost of many innocent young lives. As our first speaker has discussed, this is at the cost of the environment. Why are we flaunting such benefits of EVs when they are at the cost of our younger generation? Now, to summarize my team's case. Our first speaker stressed the environmental costs of electric vehicles. She highlighted how although it may seem that EVs reduce emissions, they create a significant carbon footprint in a concealed capacity that outweighs perceived benefits. Our second speaker strengthened our team case by discussing the associated human costs. She emphasized the safety concerns and the inhumane child labour when sourcing the batteries. So, to conclude today's debate, Madam Chairperson, ladies and gentlemen, do the benefits of electric vehicles really outweigh the cost? Electric vehicles appear sustainable, but as we have demonstrated throughout our team case, there are many flaws. Clearly, the costs of electric vehicles far outweigh the benefits. Thank you.
I call upon the third negative speaker, Lila Harris.
Good evening, Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for this morning's debate is that the cost of an electric vehicle outweighs the benefits, in which we, the negative team, wholeheartedly believe this statement is false. I will now highlight the flaws in my opposition's case. The first speaker has tried to argue that producing electric vehicle batteries harms the environment. However, this claim is highly misleading. The reality is that pollution caused by operating a traditional combustion engine far exceeds the environmental impact of producing and using an electric vehicle. According to the Environmental Protection Authority, a standard gasoline car emits a staggering 4.6 tonnes of carbon dioxide per year, compared to an electric vehicle which only releases 1 tonne. Clearly, the combined environmental footprint of electric vehicles is far less damaging than a petrol car. Moreover, companies are not standing still. According to Greenbits Group, significant strides are being made towards sustainable production of electric vehicles, with emphasis on battery recycling. If industries are innovating and improving, shouldn't we be supporting this cleaner, greener future rather than clinging to outdated technologies? The first speaker has also claimed that there are issues with ethically recycling batteries. However, this argument simply neglects to acknowledge that according to Drive.com, recycling technology for electric vehicle batteries is advancing, with companies like Redwood Materials and Tesla working towards recycling up to 95% of battery components. Additionally, regulations in Europe and Australia are pushing for improved recycling practices. Furthermore, electric vehicles are still a cleaner alternative than fossil fuel-powered cars, whose ongoing environmental and human costs, such as air pollution and health hazards, are far greater and more widespread. The benefits of reducing carbon emissions and improving air quality far outweigh these tricital challenges, which are actively being addressed. The second speaker has claimed that electric vehicles result in fire. However, we need to remember that according to Drive.com, studies show the overall risk of fire in electric vehicles is significantly lower compared to petrol cars. According to the National Fire Protection Association, electric vehicles are involved in fewer fire incidents per mile driven than petrol cars. Additionally, petrol cars, on the other hand, rely on flammable fuel, which inherently poses as a high risk. According to the Swinburne University of Technology, the risk of fire in electric vehicles are very rare, with petrol and diesel vehicles are at least 20 times higher. From 2010 to June 2023, only 393 verified fires globally out of 30 million have resulted because of electric vehicles. The second speaker has claimed that electric vehicles pose as a threat because of the chemicals. However, this is incorrect because we have to consider how much is this actually occurring? What evidence do you have to provide this? Moreover, these issues are actively being addressed through innovation and regulation according to Tesla and Redwood Materials. So, to summarise our negative team, our first speaker spoke to you about how electric vehicles contribute to a more sustainable future by reducing harmful emissions and improving air quality. Additionally, she spoke to you about how electric vehicles promote energy independence. Our second speaker stated that electric vehicles gain substantial personal advantages, such as savings between $10,000 and $20,000 over a decade. Moreover, she claimed that electric vehicles are superior performance and cutting-edge technology, such as self-parking and automatic lane changes, than regular vehicles can simply not match. So, Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, we, the negative team, wholeheartedly disagree with the statement that the cost outweighs the benefits with electric vehicles. As David Srutsky once said, the shift to electric vehicles isn't just about economics or convenience. It's about creating a sustainable future for all. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Tony Huey. I'm one of the senior adjudicators with Debating SA, and I've been associated with debating for longer than this building's probably been up. So it's great to see some excellent debating today. And before we begin, I'd like to just reiterate the congratulations of everyone to all 6 debaters today. You did a fantastic job, so let's give them all a round of applause. In grand finals, it's always a difficult decision because the teams are so well matched against one another, and today was no exception, and therefore it makes the job of the adjudicators particularly challenging. In grand finals, debates are adjudicated by 5 adjudicators, all of which independently judge the debate, and there is no necessary requirement for a unanimous decision. It's by majority, and because there are 5 adjudicators, there won't be individual feedback given today. So my job is to announce the result overall by a margin of 3-2. 3 adjudicators thought one way and 2 thought another way. I announce that the winning team is the affirmative.
I call upon a member of the runner-up team to give a vote of thanks.
We, Concordia College, would like to thank the opposition, Mitcham Girls High School, for an engaging and excellent debate. We would also like to thank our coach, teachers, parents, friends, and the audience for their support and guidance. Finally, we would like to thank Debating SA for the opportunity to debate and for supporting young debaters. Thank you.
I call upon a member of the winning team to second that vote of thanks.
So first, I would like to thank the opposition, Concordia. You guys put up an excellent debate, and we found all of your points very hard to counter. We would like to thank the chairperson, timekeeper, audience members, the coaches, Ms. Harvey, Ms. Thomas, Shashini, and Shreya. We would like to thank our principal for attending, the parents who have supported us, Debating SA for organising, and Parliament House for hosting. And great job to my team as well. Great job.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attendance. I now declare this debate closed.